Let me ask you something. How many of you are waiting for the perfect moment? That moment where the stars align, the plan is flawless, and success feels guaranteed. You know what? That moment doesn't exist. It's a fantasy, a story we tell ourselves to avoid stepping into uncertainty. But here's the truth. There's no such thing as a perfect moment. There's only this moment right now and what you choose to do with it. You see, perfection is nothing but a mask for fear. It's the fear of failing, of not being good enough, of taking a leap and falling flat on your face. But let me tell you something about fear. It's not there to stop you. It's there to wake you up. Fear is energy. And when you face it head on, it transforms into fuel. The question isn't whether the timing is right. The question is whether you're hungry enough to take that leap despite the imperfections, despite the fear, despite the uncertainty. Because let me tell you, the people who achieve extraordinary things in life aren't waiting for perfection. They're moving, growing, and learning as they go. Hunger, that's the spark that sets everything into motion. And let me be crystal clear about this. Hunger isn't just a fleeting desire or a casual wish. Hunger is a fire in your belly, a force that doesn't let you rest. It's the kind of drive that makes you push past exhaustion, ignore the excuses, and focus relentlessly on the vision you have for your life. You felt it before, haven't you? That burning, unrelenting desire for more. But what happens? Life comes in and distracts you. Challenges show up, and suddenly that fire feels a little smaller. Here's what you need to understand. Hunger isn't something you find, it's something you feed. And you feed it by staying focused on your why, on the dream that's so big it scares you. Hunger will separate you from the pack. It's what drives athletes to train when no one is watching. It's what pushes entrepreneurs to work long after everyone else is clocked out. And it's what will push you to reach your next level no matter where you are today. You've got to stay hungry because hunger is what keeps you moving forward, especially when the obstacles show up. And trust me, they will. But here's the thing, hunger by itself isn't enough. You can sit in your room all day, dreaming big dreams, feeling that fire in your gut. But if you don't act on it, it's just fantasy. Hunger without action is like revving the engine of a car that never leaves the driveway. The world doesn't care about your dreams until you take action on them. And action is what separates the talkers from the doers. Let me ask you this. When was the last time you took massive action? I'm not talking about planning or talking about what you're going to do. I'm talking about that bold, decisive move that makes your heart race and forces you to step outside of your comfort zone. That's where the magic happens. And yeah, you might fail, but guess what? Failure isn't a bad thing. It's feedback. It's a lesson. It's life's way of showing you what doesn't work so you can find what does. So stop waiting for the perfect plan. Stop waiting for the stars to align. Start doing. Take messy, imperfect action. Because every step you take, no matter how small, creates momentum. And momentum is unstoppable. Let me tell you something about failure. Everyone's so scared of it, but failure is not your enemy, it's your greatest teacher. Think about it. Every time you fail, you gain experience, clarity, and strength. You learn what doesn't work, and that knowledge becomes the foundation for your next step. But here's the problem. Most people fail once, and they let it stop them. They let it define them. They start telling themselves stories like, maybe I'm not cut out for this. Or if I'm not going to succeed at this, maybe it's lucky for me. Or maybe I'm not good enough. Let me tell you, those are lies. Failure isn't a signal to stop. It's a sign that you're trying, that you're in the game. Every great achiever you've ever admired has failed, and failed spectacularly. But the difference is they didn't let failure break them. They used it to build resilience. They got up, dusted themselves off, and went at it again, stronger and smarter. You can do the same. Stay hungry through the failures. Stay focused on your vision. Because failure is not the opposite of success. It's part of the process. And if you embrace it, it will take you closer to your goals than you ever thought possible. Action is the bridge between hunger and success. And it all starts with that first step. Here's what I know. Action creates momentum. When you take action, even if it's small, you start building energy. And that energy builds belief. Belief in yourself, belief in your ability to create change, belief that your dream is possible. But so many people wait for belief to come first. They think once I feel confident, I'll take action. That's backwards. Confidence doesn't come from sitting on the sidelines. It comes from stepping into the arena. It comes from doing the thing even when you're scared, especially when you're scared. You've got to be willing to bet on yourself, even when the odds seem stacked against you, because here's the truth. No one is coming to save you. No one is going to hand you your dream on a silver platter. If you want it, you've got to go out there and take it. And the only way to do that is through action. Massive, decisive, committed action. Not tomorrow, not next week, right now. Because the longer you wait, the more your hunger fades. And you can't afford to let that happen. Your life, your dreams, your potential, they're all waiting for you on the other side of action. So stop thinking, stop hesitating, get up, get moving, and take that first step right here, right now.